Let me tell you guys something. New York City, guess how many packages get stolen every single day? Is it maybe 1,000 packages, maybe 2,000 packages, or maybe a whopping 10,000 packages stolen every day? Well, let me tell you guys, that's 90,000 packages stolen daily in New York City. The highest I've ever seen, and the population is only 7 to 8 million people. So look at this. Now, they are taking on package theft because it's destroying the whole entire system. New York City launches a pilot program to safeguard deliveries. And it just seems like New York City just does not want to lock up their criminals, but much rather lock up the items and lock up their shelves. Really makes no sense. They never seem to tackle the actual problem. So here it is. Around 90,000 packages are reported stolen or lost. City officials are fighting back with a new policy. It's free public delivery lockers. The city is launching what it's calling the Locker New York City. It's a one-year program. Each locker could hold 25 packages. And according to the city, the current locations are going to be like Bed-Stuy in Brooklyn. You got several ones in Brooklyn, in fact, but there's going to be a lot of new ones in places like Manhattan. So they're going to be seeing and checking out how this is going to work out. If it works out well, then they will expand more of these lockers. I would imagine that give it some time, these locker locations may actually become massive spots of crime because people will use these lockers for more expensive stuff. Like let's say you order like a very expensive watch or order some jewelry online or maybe order some very expensive electronic. You're gonna want to put these in the lockers. So when you go to get these lockers at night, well, you could be expecting thieves and robbers camping out in these locations, which makes it truly frightening. So right now, New York City just doesn't really have a great plan to pretty much tackle this theft problem. Because if you guys think that package thieves are the only concern, the worst thing is the shoplifting for small local businesses. These businesses are pretty much being disrupted and closing down at record rates. And even with a lot of these delivery companies, it's very dangerous for drivers, right? So a lot of drivers are leaving New York City for other places. A lot of small business owners are leaving because businesses suck here. And many mom and pop stores, they're forced to add staff or limit the amount of customers. These are super bold. They just walk into any sort of establishment. They just take the things they want and then they walk out. They don't even wear a ski mask anymore. And many owners are saying that they don't even bother calling the cops because there's really no point. And even the cops do catch them. It's really just a misdemeanor, a slap on the wrist, a desk appearance, which is not any sort of deterrent. And this is the new New York City. Thieves are so emboldened in New York City. They go into stores, guns blazing with no mask on. Right? They don't even wear the ski mask and they just take what they want. Then they walk out like just another Friday, another Thursday, which is really wild to me. And Westfield, one of the biggest malls in New York City, is leaving. You guys think some mom and pop stores and some of the packages being lost? Guys, now you're getting into the big corporations. Westfield, one of the largest malls in the world, they're gone. They're being sued right now by the MTA because they canceled their lease a full decade early. But Westfield was saying that you never really come to our stores and protect. Our stores are constantly getting robbed. Our employees are being harassed and threatened all the time. And some even get hurt. And guess what? Westfield is closing their 70-story mall. Not because it doesn't have enough foot traffic. This is literally in the transit center in downtown Manhattan. The foot traffic is fine. In fact, you could say the foot traffic is higher than other areas in New York City. But because of the intense amount of shoplifting, these stores, despite having so many customers, are no longer wanting to stay here. It's so dangerous. And this isn't even in a bad part of town. This is downtown Manhattan and one of the best places. And there still is rampant shoplifting. They do it in the daytime, they do it at night, they do it in the morning. Thieves are now emboldened. There are no consequences to robberies and theft. And now you also have New York City facing the whole migrant crisis, right? Migrant crisis is going out of control. It's spending $10 billion a year. Many people say if New York City spends $10 billion on combating shoplifting and helping small business owners prop up their stores, New York will have a bustling economy. But with them spending every single drop in paying the migrant crisis and only spending a measly $45 million on the shoplifting crisis, New York City is doomed to fall. And you also have these budgets. These migrants are really causing a huge financial strain on a lot of these cities, especially Denver, by the way. And so far, S&P Global is saying that this massive migrant wave for a lot of these cities simply can't take on these types of traffic. Cities are going broke. New York City is no exception, with massive crime, theft, and a humongous amount of people just exiting a city, the city is no longer the place for commerce.